Hello YouTube! Today I'd like to talk about trigger warnings because I've been thinking about it a lot this week. You'll need to know what a trigger is to know what a trigger warning is. So a trigger, in my own experience and personal research online, is something that causes a very strong emotional response in somebody else. That something can be a photo, a video, some kind of reenactment of a scene or situation, a person, a group of people, an environment like a hospital or a school, etc. And that something brings back a negative thing for an individual and puts them in a bad headspace or gets them thinking about really dark things. A trigger warning is when somebody gives someone else notice of the kinds of triggering items that could potentially be in the material they're about to present. So say you're posting something on Tumblr, it's a photo, and there's something that could be triggering in the photo. In the tags you would put trigger warning, insert trigger here. Common triggers would be suicidal ideation, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, blood, violence, gore, racial slurs, gendered slurs, etc. Those are the kinds of things that can really set off an emotional response in somebody else. Now, you can't always catch all the things that are going to trigger somebody else, but you can try. I want to challenge myself to give more trigger warnings. I do my best, but I really need to give it more of a concentrated effort. And I think that everyone should. So 1, I think that people who know that they're triggered by something should say something if they feel comfortable, especially if it's a situation or a person that you're going to interact with frequently on a weekly basis. If you're comfortable with it, I would speak up and say that you'd like them to give you that notice before it goes there. Secondly, I think that everyone should just be proactive and tag the things that could be triggering, give trigger warnings frequently without being asked. Not everyone's going to feel comfortable coming up and saying, this is what triggers me and I wish that you would give me a trigger warning. It's not their responsibility to tell you what triggers them. It's your responsibility to think about that first. Be proactive, give trigger warnings, and if you're still wondering what this whole trigger warning stuff is all about, I'm going to post some stuff in the box below so you can do some further reading and other stuff like that. Also, my music selection of the week is Miniature Tigers. They're a really great group. Go ahead and check them out. They're in my Spotify playlist, which I'll also link you to below. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you next week. Have a good one. This week is my spring break. If you're low budget and sometimes introverted like myself, here are some things that you can do on your spring break that have minimal human to human contact. I feel like this is about to describe my entire life and not just spring break.